on top
You
here.
baby, you go, baby.
Do I need to come closer that way?
You need to scoot your chair back just a hair.
Do I need to go that way? She's got to have the whole barnyard? Is that the deal?
Well, she likes to wear funny stuff for the
okay.
for the old folks at the nursing home.
I would really love to meet her.
And she wore her cow hat down to the beach. She went walking on the boardwalk and she wore her cow hat.
Seriously? Wow.
Yeah, that would be a cool video.
Yeah.
Because she's not a very big person.
I bet somebody videotaped her. She's probably on the YouTube
probably,
somewhere.
oh gosh, yeah, I should probably look on that on YouTube.
Crazy lady with cow hat walking on the boardwalk.
Yeah, little old lady wearing a cow hat.
That's funny. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever, but it was just, two?
It was just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, because the last time I saw you, we
January.
were at Suzanne's, right? Weren't we at Suzanne's for knit class?
Yeah. It was right before Christmas.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
No?
Right after Christmas.
Right after, I think.
Yeah.
And then last week I didn't see you because, oh my God, I had a horrible headache all day Monday.
Yeah, we met at
Books
a Million. And
yeah, I just had a bad headache all day long.
It's this weather. It's ridiculous.
I don't know what it was, but anyway, I felt crappy. I mean, like, crappy to the point of get back in bed later. Later in the day, get back in bed.
That's not like you at all.
And lay down, cover up, and take a nap. Not just sitting in the recliner knitting and next thing you know, whoa, man, take me a little power nap. No, it was like a lay down, like 3 hour.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn, so you weren't feeling good.
Nope, I was not. I was not. You ready to get going? Do we know what we're going to say and do?
No.
Okay, that's the usual. That's the usual. Don't know.
We can just start out like we usually do.
Okay.
Like this. Ready?
I don't know, because I was getting ready to turn at you and say, hello! But I didn't want to freak you out.
No, because I have coffee in my hand.
Yeah, that wouldn't be... Now all of a sudden I got a cough.
See, you were going to be all sassy in a minute. It grabbed your tonsils. Do you still have your tonsils?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do too.
Yep, I do. I think that must have been a later generation thing.
You mean an earlier generation thing?
Well, no. I mean, I know a lot of people younger than us that they had them snatched out.
Yeah. I didn't know
Did they do it earlier than us?
Oh, yeah. Tony didn't have his.
Really? Was that like a normal thing? They just
automatically.
Yeah. Like automatic circumcision? They just automatically
Yes, I was just going to say that, yeah.
Great minds.
Snip and yank.
Great minds.
Yeah, I think he said he was 2 when he had his tonsils out. Yeah.
And at 2, well, I don't know, maybe he did have enough ailments at 2.
I think what it is from what I have read, because I've had issues with my tonsils my whole life, that having them out when you're little is better and safer.
Oh,
when you have them out as an adult,
it's certainly less.
You could bleed to death.
Yeah, it's certainly less.
It's more dangerous.
Traumatizing and easier to heal and all that. All right, should we get started with this?
Sure.
Okay, so 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome. Welcome back. If you're a former viewer, welcome if you're a new viewer. My name is Susan.
I'm Karen.
And together
we're full of knit.
You can find us on Ravelry, all the social, whatever. Not all the socials, because we're not on all the socials. You can find us on the Ravelry Full of Knit podcast.
And Instagram.
That. And I'm NC Knitta on Instagram and Ravelry.
And I'm the Havelock Zoo. And
for your viewing pleasure, Karen will put all of that right down there. Miraculously.
I will. It's like magic.
And so this is our little corner of the knitting podcast world where we talk about knitting, life, craft beer, what we've done, what we've not done, what we want to do, what we don't give a about doing. And also, I watched the podcast the other day, and I'm totally going to steal her line.
What?
She said in her introduction that her podcast is swearing friendly. So
Yes.
there you go. I'm going
Ours
to totally
is
steal
as
it.
well.
And I'm going to give her credit for it. So I'm going to steal that and say we also are a swearing-friendly podcast. So if that bothers you, we may not be your cup of tea.
Coffee.
Okay, whatever.
In my C.W. Worth House coffee mug. If anybody is ever in Wilmington, North Carolina, this is the most wonderful bed and breakfast in the downtown area.
And you should go there. Okay, so we last podcast right before Christmas, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's been more than a month.
It has, because it was December the 9th.
It was.
Because I remember saying that was the only day that we had in the month before Christmas to get done. So a lot of water has passed under the bridge, so to speak. A lot of stitches have been knit.
Yes.
A lot of things have been gift knitted. So we don't have...
So you're not going to see them?
Right. But you'll just have to take our word for it. And
we knit a lot of stuff.
Actually, I wrote down what I gift knit this year.
Oh.
So that I could at least have a number.
I haven't even sent some of my gift knits, so I'll be able to show them.
I did. I've already sent mine. Well, mine were local.
Yeah.
I did not get Jason's blanket and socks done, but I sent him a check and he didn't care.
Right.
He's fine with that.
Right.
He's good with that. I did all my local peeps around here, so some of my gift knitting was not knitting. It was knitting related, but it was not knitting. You'll probably see some of that coming up in Booty Call.
Entirely possible.
Booty Call is our stash enhancement section. We just didn't want to call it stash enhancement. So, there you go. All right, so what do we want to start with, friend?
Let's start with the finished objects, because I got a pile right here.
And then you can get that out of your way?
And I can get it out of my way.
Okay, well, you go, because other than pieces of paper to show, I have one finished object.
And it's some really crinkly pieces of paper.
They are. Well, it's because they're
crammed in your bags.
Well-loved and well-loved patterns.
Oh, there you go. That's nicer. Well, first, these were the RO's surprise socks for Christmas. They're kind of wrinkly because I washed them yesterday, Saturday, and I had to yank them off the line really quick before he put them on his feet this morning.
Well, that, and they don't, I mean, the blockers aren't as big as his.
Well, no, because he's a big boy.
He is.
Yeah.
No, he's a tall boy.
He's a tall boy. He's skinny.
He's so skinny, if he turned sideways and stick his tongue out, he looked like a zipper.
Hey, he used to be really, really, really skinny.
More than he is now?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Wow.
Took me a few years to fatten him up when we first moved in together. Anyhow, this is Felici sock yarn in the Goth Kitty colorway. And the heel is the stroll fingering in green apple, sour apple. And the toe is in pucker.
Hey, that goes together.
I know. I thought so.
That's pretty cool.
So, yeah. So, these are pretty fun. And he loved them. I had to give them to him in the box with the needles still attached.
You still did. Did he wear them?
I didn't get them finished, but he was like, oh, yay, socks. So, and then immediately handed them to me to finish them.
I'm telling you, you need to get that sock machine.
I know. No, I like knitting his socks by hand.
Excuse me.
I don't think it would be, I mean, of course, your socks would get done faster, but I'm not thinking it would be any better for my arthritic old body to be doing that than it would be for... It would just be a whole nother physical therapy day.
Yeah, well, that may be like physical therapy. I just think I'd have to give it a whirl. I think I'd have to try it.
Well, if I knew somebody who had one, I might try it.
Because they are not inexpensive object.
They are not inexpensive at all. Do you have anything that you
I got one, but this can segue. Well,
Okay.
I actually, you know what? I can do... This can segue into some frogging that I did. Okay, so last podcast I showed for gift knitting that I was knitting Calypso knits, Easy Fingerless mitts, and I did those. I gifted 5 pairs of those.
Wow.
So I did 5 pairs of those, and one of the other things was the slipper biscuits version is a non-felted knitted slipper. I gifted 3 pairs of those. So
wow.
that was my gift knitting for that. And this one I will wait and do and segue into something else. So you go ahead. Part of my FOs.
Shoo.
Did you get all that?
I look pink. My coffee is...
Oh, making you hot? I thought you meant I got through all that real quick. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, you finished
I finished my little Leaf Love
cute.
baby sweater. And there's somebody I know that's having a baby girl soon.
Don't look at me. It's not me.
It's not
It's not me.
Another
Yeah. Woof.
This is...
No, that's a thank you, Lord. That's
I know,
what that
can you
is.
imagine? No, we are way too old for that
No,
shit.
I cannot.
We were just talking, my mom asked me to make a baby blanket for her to give to a friend of hers who is becoming a grandmother for the first time at the age of 70. And Susan and I both said, that's going to be us. Because our boys are the same age, if y'all haven't watched before.
And apparently at the same stage in life when it comes to that. So. And the funny thing is they don't even know one another.
I know.
This is so
They're like the same person.
stinking soft.
Yes. That is Ultra Wool DK in the... I forgot to bring the yarn band over colorway.
Oh, I'm trying.
No, they're just numbers.
I know, but we called it ballerina pink.
Yeah, ballet pink. Yeah.
Ballet pink, ballerina pink, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so super cute.
This was, this is the newborn size, and it only took one skein, which was, and there was a little bit left over, so right around 200 yards.
What size does that go up to?
Goes up to 12 to 18 months. So, and this is a free pattern. It's Leaf Love Baby Sweater by Tyga Hilliard.
And it's a DK weight.
It is, no, it's a worsted weight.
Oh.
Worsted weight and size 6 and 7 needles. I think I did the whole thing in 7s. I don't even think I went down a needle size because I'm lazy like that.
Yeah, I was just thinking, I have a customer that I might like to knit a baby sweater for her grandbaby.
Mm-hmm.
But she just turned a year old.
Oh, well, the 12 to 18 month size. Because that looks pretty big for a newborn size,
that's
don't you
what
think?
I was thinking.
And I'm a tight knitter anyhow.
What do y'all think? Does that look like a newborn? I mean, you can see how big mine and Karen's heads are.
Right.
So, does that look like a newborn?
No.
I think that's pretty generous for a newborn size.
Yeah.
I think. But it's
Well, that's
super
what I'm
cute.
thinking. Because it's saying 450 yards for the 12 to 18 month size.
On a size 7.
7.
So, and it's
Yeah.
worsted weight.
Yeah.
So if you did, if you went up a needle size,
It'd be even bigger.
you'd make it even bigger. So if I went up a needle size and did the 12 to 18 months, that would make it even bigger than what that would
Right.
be.
And this says it's a classic cardigan for a boy or a girl. I'm not sure about the boy
I
thing.
don't know that I'd put lace on a boy.
Yeah.
I mean, I know everybody's doing everything now and everything is
Right.
supposed to be gender neutral and blah, 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 but I just don't know that I would. I don't know. It doesn't look so.
Maybe
it just
if you
looks
did
like
it in a
leaves.
black or something.
Or dark green.
I think it looks like hearts.
Oh, you see. Well, yeah. I see what you. Yeah.
I mean,
see what
it
you're
looks
saying.
like it's.
Little boys could love hearts too.
I guess.
It's funny
Yeah.
how those pick whatever they're called that you may look at it and see two faces
Right.
and I look at it and
See
see
a
a lamp
vase,
or
yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Mhm.
Super
Yeah.
cute. Okay. Well, good on
I
you.
thought it was really cute. So, yay, there's a gift. I could have saved it for my someday when I'm 70 grandchild, but
Well, if you want to do that, then you need to use that stuff your friend gave you that's moth proof.
I know.
Just in case.
Just in case, because it could be a long time.
And you know what? I'm okay with that. We've
Me
had
too.
we've
I
had this
yeah.
conversation a dozen times.
I don't
fine.
need to
I'm
be
okay.
a grandma.
I don't either. I'm good with that.
I mean, there are some people, like a friend of ours, who she made all sorts of baby sweaters and hung them up in the room where her son and daughter-in-law would stay when they came to visit.
To give them the hint.
Yeah.
I think her.
It worked.
I think her
Excuse
famous
me.
saying was that
Her daughter-in-law was holding her grandchildren hostage in her ovaries.
There you go. That was it. That was the funniest.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, moving right along.
More? more. Okay,
This,
so this,
y'all, oh my gosh.
this is a present from my mom. It is Franklin Habit's Dolores. It is from Webb's, and it just comes in a kit. You can't buy the pattern just on its own. Yeah, comes in a kit.
We were talking earlier, and I asked you about different clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Can you buy just the different clothes patterns for it?
You can't buy the patterns. Everything for her comes in kits.
So if you want a different clothes, then you have to buy the whole kit.
Not for the whole doll, just for
Well, that's what I'm
the
saying.
clothes.
So
Because I also bought the Sugar Plum Fairy
that's what I meant.
outfit.
You have to buy
For
the
her.
clothing kit, but you
Yes.
don't have to buy the whole doll.
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
And apparently, you know, I didn't read details when I purchased it.
No,
I'm
I'm shocked.
I thought it was just going to be a little doll.
Yeah, no, it's not little.
Look at this.
Oh, it's so stinking cute, though.
Is that not the cutest?
That is so stinking
She
cute.
has her little sunglasses and her little tiara.
There you go. That is so stinking cute.
Yes, and her clothes. Her clothes come up and look at her little tail.
Oh my gosh. That is hilarious.
So, word to the wise though, I always do this. I don't know if you do. When you're starting a project, I go on Ravelry and I look at other people's project pages and see what they say. There were some problems with this pattern.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and they have...
Do they have errata for it?
They do, but I don't think they had caught up to the issues with the pattern when
gotcha.
I was knitting it. So there was a lady on there that had written out all the issues.
All right, so is it a problem with her, or is it a problem with the uniform?
It was a problem with her.
Okay,
so
this hasn't been out very long then.
I guess not. It was a problem with the tail placement and some of the decreases. But I saw everybody else pointing to the one lady who had written it all out. So I found her project page and ta-da!
She's so stinking cute.
Yes.
I mean, that is just hilarious.
I did modify her little outfit, just the decorations on it, because they wanted you to put these little star things all over it. So I just did some little embroidery across the top instead.
It's cute.
I thought it was a little too much. So
well, she is kind of over the top.
She is.
So I don't know if anything is too much for Dolores.
Right. So she has all these different outfits. She has a bikini and a cover-up, a caftan and a turban with a martini glass, a sweater and a hat, and I think then there's like a sledding outfit or something. I don't know. There's a bunch of different outfits.
That is hilarious.
So if you want a gift that keeps on giving, you can make somebody Dolores and then just keep making them outfits.
I remember, I think we talked about this earlier. I was asking Karen if this was like, I don't know if they did it where you guys are at. We live in the South, where they used to put the concrete goose out on the front, or duck, whatever you want to call it, and then they would change its clothes, whatever the weather was.
Yeah,
like if it was raining, they put a raincoat and a hat on it. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. It is pretty much that.
That's hilarious.
She gets a kick out of the stuffies that I make for her. So.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, she does. So, Dolores will be heading up to Virginia soon.
Well, you're going to have to make her another change of clothes because she can't wear that forever.
No.
That might not be appropriate for everyday wear.
Right. But what is appropriate for everyday wear is something else that's heading up to Virginia.
This is hilarious. Do you want me to hold that up or no?
Well, hang on a second.
Okay, costume change.
Costume change.
Bloop, just like that. You're such a pecker. Oh my god, this is hilarious, y'all, because you have to go back several episodes. I don't remember which one. She knit her mom the cow hat.
That was probably last year at Christmas time. Because that's when she got it. And fixed my comb.
Oh, that is hilarious.
So, yes. And that's from the book Animal Hats. I made her.
The cow was hilarious.
Was it last year or the year before?
I
don't
don't
remember.
have to go back, but
Yeah, I made her this one, the cow hat, and she wears it everywhere. She goes walking down the boardwalk on the beach, and she wears her cow hat. And the funny thing is, now the RO wants a chicken hat.
no way.
Yes.
He wants one of these?
Yes.
Are you kidding?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
His little retirement job, he drives a parts truck.
No, he's not going to drive it with the...
Oh, well, he's going to wear it into the places where he delivers parts, because there's people there that comment on his socks and scarf and hats and stuff that
Gotcha.
I've made him.
That's
and
hilarious.
he said a chicken hat would be funny. So
that is hilarious.
luckily I have enough. And this pattern,
that one looks like that one was easier to make than the cow.
well, it was, because there's only just a few pieces
Bits and
to
pieces, right.
it. And this is the child's size. That's
Well, remember when you did the cow one, you had to
I had
cut
to
it down because
modify
it
it.
looked, it was like way high.
Well, they
it looked like
stick
a top,
up, and
a
if you
top
can look
cat hat.
right here,
Top cow
like
hat.
that's the top of her head right there. And I don't know if they have tissue or something stuck in there or not.
Either that or she's got a...
Well, they got probably got a lining inside there, because there's also directions to do a sewn or a knitted lining inside. But that's got to be the adult version. I made the child's version, and I even cut that down a little bit. Excuse me. So, and then I made, instead of pom-poms and the twisted thingies,
the chicken
I
feeder.
made little chicken legs.
That's hilarious. that
And
just
little
makes it right
crocheted
there.
little chicken feet.
That
So-
makes it right there.
So yeah.
All right then.
So these are fun. These are fun hats to make. They don't take long. I did this whole hat in a day. Probably 5 hours tops. So.
Yeah, well, that took more than that to do the cow hat, right?
Oh yeah, because the cow had all these little pieces. Yeah.
Had that, and you had to cut it
Yeah,
down.
I had to cut it down and figure out. But see, the cow hat had all these spots and the horns and the ears and the little face.
Which is still hilarious.
It's still hilarious.
It's very hilarious. The whole
Yes.
book is hilarious.
It is. There's some really fun. There's like there's an elephant. And what else? There's monkey and a pig, and the pig has a little tail. And they also tell you to knit them flat. I didn't knit it flat. I joined it in the round.
Yeah, if you can knit in the round, why not?
Yeah. So, I mean, everybody does some things differently. But
Well, if I have a chance to knit in the round, I'm going to knit in the round.
me too.
Just because it's easier. It's, I don't mind purling so much anymore like I used to.
Right.
I used to hate purling. But
right.
I don't dislike it so much anymore.
Well, I don't mind either, but for a hat, I mean, seriously, just zoom, zoom, zoom
Right.
around. And this is Knit Picks Mighty Stitch Bulky. Some of you might recognize it as the leftovers from the RO's blanket.
Right on. I love that yarn too.
And
It's very soft.
Yeah, it's really soft. And this is just some scraps of acrylic yarn that I had laying around. And I did not do the lining. I did the little ear flap linings so I could tuck the ends of the feet
Right.
up in there.
So you could mask
Right.
them.
And sorry for the lighting. It's another gray, yucky day, and we're having to do auxiliary
30.
lighting.
I saw the thing. They put up that new billboard, that electronic billboard, just before the Slocum thing.
Yeah.
And it was like 37, 38 maybe coming up.
Burr.
Mm-hmm.
You northern folks probably think that's a heat wave,
Yeah.
but for us southerners,
Not
look, I'm wearing
sweater.
sweater, kind of
Almost
sort of
long
long
sleeves.
almost long
Almost long
sleeves,
sleeves.
and I'm not sweating.
And I'm sitting over here in merino worsted wool.
Right.
And a,
Right.
yeah. So.
And your treamolte.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I should say what I'm wearing. I forgot to do that. This is my NUTMEG sweater by, can't remember her name. If you look at my projects page on Ravelry, it's there. I mean, I can pull up my, I got my iPad, I can pull it up. But it's called NUTMEG.
Nutmeg.
And this is my treamolte, which y'all see all the time. I know you're sick of seeing it. I'm working on something else that maybe I'll make you sick of seeing. But till then, this is it. So, yeah,
But that's all the finished stuff
that you got.
that I have to show.
You got a lot of gift knitting, though, right?
I did
gone.
some gift knitting that is gone. I don't even remember what. I should have written it down. What you looking at? The llama head over there?
The llama head. You could just stop and just mount it. I saw that.
That would
Did
be
you see them in
funny.
Hobby Lobby? That is mounted heads in Hobby Lobby.
Ew.
You didn't see that?
No.
They're done in fabric. They're not like
Oh, yeah,
real
not
life.
real.
They're
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Interesting.
Yeah,
There's
it
a
was.
lady somewhere on the interwebs who does needle felting of little creatures. They're so cute. But if she does that and gets like the head done and is like, okay, I'm tired of working on this, she just mounts it to a little piece of wood. Like,
Oh, like a okay, that's
yeah,
kind of
like
funny.
a trophy, but
Yeah.
they're really cute.
Okay, so my one and only, other than my gift knitting
Mm-hmm.
finished is, and I bet I didn't bring. Did I bring
You
the
didn't
pattern?
bring the pattern?
Oh, shut your mouth! I did too.
Look at you.
Oh, I found another gift knitting pattern. Hello. All right, so that'll fall under FOs too. So these are boot cuffs. The yarn is something from Michaels. I don't know. It's an acrylic.
Something tweed.
Yeah, it's a tweedy thing from the Michaels, whatever. So I started these probably 5 years ago.
I was going to say, I think we were both working at the yarn shop
Or
at
more.
the same time.
And I got one knit, and I had one knit to the, I had gotten the lighter part done to where you switch to the darker one. And I just laid it aside. And it's been laying on my table since, on my knitting table. Well, with the new year, every now and then, or most New Year's, I get a urge to purge. Oh, that rhymed.
Got the urge
To
the
purge,
urge to purge.
So I went on that knitting table. I thought, you know what? Stuff that's been sitting on here that I've not touched, it's either getting frogged or it's getting finished. So, because remember last year we did our frogger finish cow?
Right.
So I finished these. So that's a finished right there. That's
Nice.
Yep.
It was fun because you could wear them this way.
Your mama would wear them that way.
She would.
Yeah.
Or that way.
Right.
Or that way. So you have like 3 different pair of goof.
And I'm probably going to give those
cuffs.
to a girl I work with because I think she'll use them. The way the boots that I have that I wear, they're not symmetrical. They're not like a round circle.
Right.
Like they either go up or
Yeah.
come up. They're not, you couldn't see it one side of it if I wore them. So, and they're black boots.
And for
and
me,
wouldn't
I
wear them
have
anyway.
some chunky ass calves.
Well, that might be good.
These would not fit
You
down
don't think?
inside my boots. No, my boots are snug to my fat little legs.
Okay. Well, then I won't be giving them to you.
Don't give them to me.
So, finished objects. That's what we're talking about. I should just
We
bring
are.
all this right over. So the pattern for that, and this is, I'm pretty sure it was a free pattern because I wouldn't have paid for a boot cuff pattern.
Right.
I'm just going to hold it up there so you guys can see. Everyday something, I don't know, reversible knit boot cuff or something. I can't read backwards. So that's it.
Every day, what the hell?
Everyday
boot
art
cuff?
free. Yeah, okay, whatever. Okay, so I did that.
Everyday art, free reversible knit boot cuff pattern.
What she
I'll
said.
put it down at the bottom.
Thank you. And okay, so I finished that, and then I frogged.
If you have really thin calves.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
No, then this pattern's not for you.
It is not.
So in that same day, I frogged a pair of socks that have been sitting in a bag.
Oh wow,
They're
which ones?
knit picks. They're
Okay.
striped. They just been sitting there, ready for. I did an afterthought heel thing, and since I've learned to do the German short row heel, I didn't want to go back and do an afterthought.
Okay.
And I had ladders really bad,
Ah,
so I just
okay.
thought, you know what? I zipped them out,
They're
ripped them
outta
out.
here.
They're frogged. I'll get back to them at some point, but they're done. I frogged I had started knitting. I don't know however many podcasts ago. Kay's Rhinebeck Colin mitts. I hadn't touched it since that podcast.
Right.
Frogged it, rolled up the yarn, put the needles away. It'll be ready for another time.
something else.
Yep, for something else. And the bulky hat that I told you I knit cast on. Because I wanted to cast on the Christie hat, and I thought, no, you got gift knitting to do.
Yeah.
So I did the bulky
Yeah.
November cable something.
Yeah.
Well, I frogged it.
How come?
Well, because it was hurting my hands to knit it.
Huh. Oh, so you weren't finished with it?
No, I wasn't finished with it. I still had another repeat to go, cable repeat. I wasn't sure I was going to have enough yarn. It was hurting my hands to do it, and I thought, whatever. And I just fired it. I was tired of seeing it sit, so I got rid of that. Along with my FOs was last podcast. I was still working on this. It was a gift knit. And if you watch that podcast, while I was talking about it, Karen was looking at the schematic to see how we were going to sew this thing up. And she was like, I don't know. And I was like, bleep. Oh, well, here we go. But anyway, it really wasn't hard. It wasn't hard at all. Once I got it finished and blocked and I could see it laid out blocked, then it totally made sense to me. But I did get that done. That's the Anguli Cowl by Hilary Smith Calais, or how you want to pronounce her name. And I gift knit that to a girl that I work with. So that one was an FO that you didn't get to see. You got to see it as a whip. And then the other thing, another girl that I work with mentioned she wanted to start walking. And we had these ear warmers at work. Yeah. And she was like, oh, I need to buy one of those. And they all got sold before. So I knit her.
Oh, cool.
An ear warmer, a head cuff, a headband, whatever you want to call it. And there's the pattern for that.
Head cuff.
A boot cuff. A head cuff. Anyway, that's the friendship headband knitting pattern by ever how you pronounce Miss Field's name. So there's that. Do you want to write any of these down so you can...
Her name is Jennifer Thompson.
Oh. What the heck does that mean then?
However you pronounce Jennifer.
I'm such a dork. I was looking at the top.
I think that's just the name of her.
Whatever. Anyway. All right, I'm a dork. So, do you want to write any of this down so you know what, or you'll get it?
I'll get it before you go.
I'll leave that right there on your table so you can figure out how to pronounce that right there. Whew, that was funny.
Jennifer.
Shut up. Okay, so I did my gift knitting. I did that. That's my FOs. Okay. All right.
She's so organized.
So now
I'm like, I got stuff. She's got a whole list. And it's like collated.
It's not collated.
It's got tabs.
It does not. She's lying to y'all. It's one sheet of paper with crap written on it. She is so full of crap.
It's cross-referenced.
Seriously?
I'm sorry.
Even if I wanted to, I don't have time for that crap. I'm not a details person. I am, however, apparently a list person when I've got something going. I'm a planner. I know someone that used that phrase earlier today.
That is true. Well, I do lists when I have to leave because I live like 12 miles from anything, and so you can't just run back home if you've forgotten something. So
well, you could, but it doesn't make much sense.
And if you go to the grocery store and you forget like eggs, you're not going to drive back out just to get eggs.
Oh.
I was going to say you could go to your neighbors, but I don't talk to any of my neighbors, so we just do without.
Okay, so let's just say, sidebar, let's just say you get home from the grocery store and you drop your eggs in the floor and they all or most of them shatter.
Yes.
Do you put them back in the carton and drive back to the grocery store and tell them that you dropped the eggs and they need to do something about it?
No, of course not.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Yeah.
Because we have customers that do that at work.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, I have, and I'm thinking to myself, you turned it over and you spilled it all out.
Right.
And you want me to give you another one because you did that.
Right. There are people like that.
So that's what I was saying. When they bust a jar of pickles on their floor, do they scoop it all up and take it back to the store and say, hey, I busted this jar of pickles. I need a new one.
No, they probably say that they busted it when they put it in the bag.
I just don't have time for all that kind of.
I don't either.
It doesn't.
No drama llamas.
No. Okay, so are we moving on to whips?
Yeah.
Yay! Because I got tons of them. In fact,
I
had to pare down my whips.
Oh
to bring.
no! Oh
well,
no!
I slept in here with 3 bags, people. I look like I'm coming to stay for a week and a half.
She did. Well, I'll start while you finish your row.
Oh, that's all right. This is
You
a
don't
long
care?
row.
Okay.
I don't have to-
I'll still start anyhow. So, now that I've finished all my gift knitting, I'm trying to get back and finish some whips to get some stuff off the needles so I can put more new stuff on the needles.
That's the objective, isn't it?
Yes, because I have a bunch of stuff that I want to make, but I'm trying to... If I get too many whips, I mean, I like having a bunch, but there seems to be a tipping point.
Well, for me, what the downside to it, because I'm like my ADD, and I just get, you know,
Yeah, you get
the
twitchy.
downside to it is that sometimes I don't feel like I've accomplished anything.
Yeah,
Because I haven't finished anything, and I
Right.
have to reset my mind and say it's not about that. It's about you've got these 6 things, let's say, and you knit that much more on that one. You're almost to a toe on a sock. You're you know, whatever. Versus, well, I haven't, you know, finished anything. So
Well, I like to have like something mindless that I can, you know, knit in the car or just carry with me everywhere, and then something a little more challenging, and then something I have to be like by myself.
right.
Nobody talk to me, nobody touch me while I'm working on this, where I have to think, where I'm learning something new. So these you've seen before.
What category
These
do those fall into?
These fall into the medium thing.
Not the totally mindless.
They started out, no, they're not totally mindless, because these are the As Time Goes By socks by Susan Brzezinski, and they have a little lacy pattern down the outside, and this is a paid for pattern on Ravelry, and I chose this one because they use the Cozy Knitter, and I did the Cozy Knitter Yarn of the Month Club last year. So, and I like the way that looked.
I like the way that looks. That's really pretty.
So, I got...
This is so pretty, y'all.
There's one. Yesterday, I got to the heel. Well, I got past the heel on this one. And it's got a cute little... I think we've talked about this before. It looks like those little butter pretzels.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Yep.
I like those too, which
Yep.
is why I have chunky calves. But it's got a cute little cable up the middle, and I've gotten this far. I did the heel, the leg at the heel, and I finally figured out how to do the cables without a cable needle.
Well, good on you, because I
Last
can't do it.
night.
You tried to teach me how to do
And
that.
this is a 3-stitch cable. It's like 1 stitch behind or 1 stitch forward, and then you knit the 2, which makes that tiny little line up through there.
zigzaggy.
Yeah.
She tried to teach
Yes.
me how to do the cable without a needle for our Zig sweaters, weaves,
Right.
whatever, and I just couldn't get it.
Right. And I love the purple of this.
Yeah. It's really
Doesn't this
pretty.
remind you, and this just could be my own weird little brain, but the Cheshire Cat in the Alice in Wonderland?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the
Yep.
the cartoon one, not the Johnny Depp looks like a pedophile one.
Yes, it's important to
Yes,
distinguish between
yes.
which one you're talking
Right.
about.
So, just the purpley stripes. It made me think of that last night.
That's funny.
Anyhow, this is the Cozy Knitter. Apparently, all my yarn bands have decided to take a sabbatical.
They ran away.
It's the Cozy Knitter. I don't remember what month it was. I know it's called Bouquet.
I'm going to guess it was in the springer months of the year.
Yes, it was somewhere around
February, March, April.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Because it's got some sparkle to it. So, and I really like her yarn. Her yarn's got some heft to it. Uh-oh. Hot flash.
Apparently.
Uh-oh.
Woo! Dog.
She gonna start stripping. That's usually only me in here.
Lord of mercy, my face is all hot.
I understand. Oops. I'm sure all of you women of a certain age understand as well.
It stinks. I hate it. But I'd rather have it during the day than
Right.
at night. Oh, I hate them when they're at night because It wakes you up. Then you push the covers off. Then you start to freeze. And you got to pull the covers back on because you're cold. So that wakes you up. And then it's back and forth. And I'm just like, oh my God, I feel like I've had a workout time I get up in the morning.
Right? It's like a window shade. Boom.
Yeah. Boom. Okay, so I'm mid-row, but I will go ahead and talk about this while I have it in my hand. This is my podcast knitting. It is the STASHBUSTER shawl by Heather Haynes. Okay, back up,
and I will edit that out.
This is the STASHBUSTER shawl by Heather Haynes. It is, I think it's a buck or two on Ravelry, unless she's gone up on it. But there it is. And it's super easy to do. You get a nice little picot edge that goes on as you're knitting. You don't have to bind it off. It just happens while you're knitting. There's my little Sucra minis. Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival sheepy that Karen brought me back from the Wool Festival. There you go. I want you to see his butt. And this is yarn that I dyed myself that didn't come out the way that I wanted it to. And I'm doing this on a Chagoo. Four millimeter is a six, right?
Yes.
Size 6 needle. And I'm just going to knit it until I have enough to cast off and then stop. So I don't know how long that'll be, but it's fun to knit. It's a mindless knit except for a couple places.
Right.
But I think it'll be pretty. She keeps backing away. She's spreading my stabber in the eye.
Because there's a little point heading towards my eyeball.
Yeah, so that's one of my whips. This is
Penelope
my podcast
did
knitting.
that one too.
Did she?
Yeah, she did it in your, what is it, Psycho Barbie, Electric Barbie?
I think it was Psycho Barbie.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Psycho
Barbie at the disco. I don't know.
So this was supposed to be Disco Ball, and it came out too dark.
Ah.
So,
Well, that could be Disco Ball with the lights off.
could have been, but now it's my STASHBUSTER shawl.
Right. I don't think Again, I'm totally not prepared for this today, apparently, people.
I love that bag.
I made this bag.
You made it?
I did.
What?
Do you want one?
How did I not? Oh my
I have
God.
more fabric. I'll make you one.
Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh. How did I not know about this?
I bought, I went to the
love it.
lobby of hobbies and they had a sale and this was on sale.
Oh,
and I
that is
think I bought everything
gorgeous.
that was on the bolt.
I love it so much. Yes, I would love one.
Okay.
Oh.
This is, I have never steeked. I don't know if any of y'all have.
It scares me.
I have not, and yeah, it terrifies the shit out of me.
There's not a lot that scares me, but steeking.
I'm doing the Fringe and Friends Steek Along by Karen Templer from Fringe Supply Company and Mary Jane Mucklestone, who was the designer of the pattern. And I don't know where the pattern is. I think it's downstairs. It's the Solbian. I'm not sure if that's how you say it. It means sunbeam in Icelandic, I think. Because it comes out
looking like rays of
like
the sun.
rays.
Oh, awesome.
And of course, I did mine in brown.
Of course.
And I'm done. I finished with the color work yesterday.
Okay, so question. This is where your steeking is going to occur, right down the center here?
Yes.
That would scare the doo-doo out of me.
You're going to sew it with a sewing machine down the edge, and then you're going to cut it.
Okay, so this is how people knit one, and then they can put a zip in, right?
Yes. Same thing. And I guess there's different ways of doing steeking. You can like crochet to reinforce it.
Right.
But this one's going to be sewn and cut. I'm following her directions.
Right. You're not going to try to go off grid.
No, not for the first time. Maybe after that. And this is... I didn't use the Lopi. The pattern called for Let Lopi, and I held some of that against my skin. And I know you're not supposed to wear it next to your skin, but again, here we are in the South, and
yeah,
you know, we don't really need
Well, yeah, because you could
warm Icelandic sweaters.
you could wear a t-shirt underneath this.
That's what I'm saying. A t-shirt,
and that would be okay versus you
Right.
wearing it underneath the lopey and it's scratching the
Right,
parts of your body that
right.
are exposed.
I usually wear either a t-shirt or a camisole under my sweaters.
Right.
And this felt nice against my skin. This is Blue Sky Fibers wool stock. And the colors I'm using are, this is going to be the body of the sweater. This is driftwood.
So is that this color right here?
Yes, that's the lightest color.
It's right there.
And then the top color, which
This
is,
one?
yeah,
Which is that color, right? We're in the ribbing.
Gravel Road. Let's focus
Okay, so there's three
now.
colors, right?
Yes, there's three
Okay.
colors.
And so
Gravel
then the darker
Road,
one.
and then the very darkest one. Let's take the price tag off it. Is dark chocolate.
Mm. That's pretty.
Yeah.
That is so
The funny thing was, if you look at the chart, because the color work is charted, of course. The chart in the pattern is brown. It's 3 different shades of brown.
Oh, wow.
And my shades of brown do not match the shades of brown in the chart. Like, my darkest color is the lightest color on the chart.
Oh, gotcha.
And the lightest color was the medium color. And it totally effed me up, man.
Why?
Because I'm looking at the chart and I'm seeing
Oh,
like dark
gotcha,
light,
gotcha,
dark
gotcha.
light, and I'm supposed to be doing
The
light,
opposite.
medium,
Right.
and I'm like, so I ended up
So
having
you had
to
to
like
think.
write it out. When I got to the first row of 3 colors, that row took me over an hour to do.
Because your
Yes.
mind was saying
Right.
one thing and
My
your hands had to
brain
do
was
another.
seeing one thing and my hands were knitting another.
That's
and
so funny.
And this is 3 different size needles, a 9, a 10, and a 10.5. So the ribbing and
This is
the edging are all
really-
in the 9, and then the color work is in the 10.5.
This is really lofty yarn. Is that one skein?
It is. It's a big skein.
Yeah, but look
The
how
wool
lofty.
stock comes
mean,
in
What is
big
this one?
stains too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
his wool stock too, right?
Right. So is this that comes in 2 different
Oh,
sizes?
okay, that's what was freaking me out
skeins.
because I'm thinking,
Yeah.
what in the? But yeah, okay, that's a big.
So the
that
big
is
ones
still
are
lofty
nice.
because you get
Yeah, and the big ones are nice because you don't have to change.
color so much.
Yeah.
How many yards are on that?
I think 370, something like that. Boop-ba-doo. Yes, 370.
Cool.
Yeah.
Pretty.
And this sweater does not take a lot of yarn. I had to go back and figure it out like 3 or 4 times because I'm doing the size 43. I have a 39-inch bust, but I'm doing the 43 because I knit a little tight. My gauge was pretty spot on, but just to be sure, because the size smaller was they're 39 or 38.
Right.
And I don't like my clothes tight, so.
Pretty.
Yes. And it's so squunchy. And I can't wait because now I can put it on my size 10 interchangeables.
And then you'll
And I'll be able to
rip
try
it right
it.
on through
Well,
it.
yeah, because I'm at the body now, but I'll be able to try it on.
Right.
I mean, at first when I was making it, like when we were doing
Zwig.
the Zwig,
Zwag,
yeah,
zwag,
zwag.
zwag.
I was looking at it going, this is never going to fit me. This is going to be like for a Barbie doll. So I went and I tried it on and then like pulled it down over one shoulder and I was like, this is going to fit. What is wrong with you? But isn't this pretty?
It's really pretty.
I'm so
Really,
excited.
really pretty.
And it's stretchy.
Your floats look good. I don't know
Thank
that much
you.
about floats
I
and
don't
color
either,
knitting, but
and I don't know if I needed to catch them more often, but
how do you catch them? Well, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
but
so
it's
I
really
didn't
pretty.
bother, and they're not that long, so.
Well,
and it gives
it's
it
for
nice
you.
stretch.
If
And
you're
it's
not
for
giving
me.
it to a kid that's going to get their fingers hung up in it and all
That's
that kind
right.
of stuff. So
And it's not going in for a prize or anything.
Right.
I'm not entering it in a contest.
right,
I'm going to put it on my body
you wear it.
and wear it. So, yeah, so I'm really excited about this. When it gets to the part where I have to cut it, it's probably going to take me a while to get up the balls to do
To do
it.
it.
But there's other ladies. They're not making the same sweater. Tanya and Lisa, Penelope.
They're all doing a STEEK though.
They're all doing a STEEK sweater. Yeah, they're not doing the same
Then y'all can all STEEK and freak. Y'all can all STEEK and freak together.
Well, STEEK. Well, that's what we said. We're gonna.
I'm just a plethora of ramen
bring in
today.
a couple of sewing machines to the shop, and we'll do our sewing and cutting all together, because if we F it up, then we
have
can
to have support.
Yes.
Better take a couple bottles of wine and some beer.
I know, really, for afterwards, and then
in case,
and get somebody to come pick us up.
That's a long Uber ride home, though.
No, we'll have the RO
come and get us.
Come and get us and take us home.
Well, if that, I would like to be there on that night that occurs.
I know it's gonna be. Well, it's like that. Do you remember when I did that magic scarf?
And you had to pull out the ends?
Yeah, you knit it in the round, and then there was a way you bound it off that you cut it right at the middle.
And it left the fringe?
And it made fringe. And I bound that sucker off and took it back out and redid it probably 4 times because I was paranoid about whether I had done it right.
Right.
Because I was told, okay, if you didn't do it right when you cut it, it's just all going to fall apart. So, yeah. Thanks for the stress on that. So, yeah. So this
was that in the pattern, or did a person say that?
A person said
I bet I know who the person was.
Yes, you
anyway, I'm going to be nice because the rock might fall on me.
That's right.
I was going to say was about the steeking thing. There, I love that bag. Oh my gosh, if that didn't have your sweater in it, I just might have to try to steal it.
It's a big bag. I
love it.
Once I'm done with my sweater, I'm going to put one of my blankets.
Yeah, it's a perfect size for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
As far as podcasts go, there's one that, and you might be interested in watching this since you are going to steek, and you may have seen it. I don't remember because we don't talk about podcasts. We watch a lot. I can't think of their names. Cool. Andrea is her name. It's a husband and wife. It's called Fruity Knitting.
Oh,
you ever watch that one?
I have not watched it. I have heard of it.
She does a lot of intricate color work sweaters. She's steeking. I mean, that's like nothing to her.
Right.
So if you like that kind of thing, you might want to check it out. Plus,
I'm not sure if I like it. We're going to find out.
Well, I mean, to find out about it, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I would love to watch somebody actually do it.
Yeah, and she does. Right. I think she's got a video on there of doing it. And their podcast is, if you're going to compare to our podcast, theirs is very formal. That's what she does for a living. She podcasts on, and they have a Patreon page, and trying to get him to do that full time and all that too. So it's a more formal podcast, but they interview a lot of very interesting people on there, like shepherdesses. Is that shepherdesses? A shepherdess?
Shepherds.
Well, they're females.
Sheep people.
Yeah, sheep ladies. Designers, like they did, the last one that I watched was the newest one where they interviewed one of the ladies that started Pom Pom magazine, and then Nora Gone was the guest editor for the last issue. Then they interviewed her.
Oh, cool.
And all different kinds. Yeah, so they have some really good interviews on there. And she does you should see some of the sweaters she wears. I look at them and I know she knit them. Because I've seen where she was working on it, and I'm looking at it, I was like, there's no way she knit that. There's no way. Because it might have 16 different colors of color work worked into the pattern, and the whole sweater is patterned. Wow. It's not like a section of color work. Yeah. The whole stinking thing. So
there's a lady that comes into the Knit Nook to knit, and she has, I'm trying to think if it's a cardigan or a pullover. Anyhow, the whole thing is like that. It's all color work, and it is gorgeous.
I mean,
it's like when if she ever took it off, it'd be like,
yeah. I just marvel at the knitting that this lady does, and of course the husband, he's still learning, how to knit and that kind of thing. But it's a good show if you want to watch a more formal, laid out podcast about knitting.
Not so much fly by the seat of your pants and
not like this one. Okay, so
what else you got?
I got a lot of whips.
You said you got a lot of whips.
Do you have more whips or no?
I have a couple more. You can bring yours.
Let me put this one down.
trying to
Alright,
think. I
let's
thought I had
see.
more, but I think I have some that are just like in the very beginning stages.
Okay.
And y'all don't need to see like cuffs for a sock for the RO.
So the last podcast, I showed this yarn because it was part of my booty call, and I'm taking it out of the bag because my bag is booty call for this week. Showed you the yarn. I had cast it on, ripped it. No, I didn't. I never got to casting it on. I got to balling up the yarn and wound it. Wound it back onto the ball because I had gift knitting to do. But it is Christy Houghton of Yarn Cafe Creations. It's her Butterbeer beanie.
Say that 10 times.
Butterbeer beanie, Butterbeer beanie. Never mind. And I've gotten all the way up to the place where I need to start decreasing. I think I have an issue, so Karen and I are going to figure it out. And then hopefully, I wanted to have this finished. I wanted to finish it in knit group this morning, but we didn't have knit group. So
it's pretty.
Isn't it beautiful? And I love this yarn. This is the Ultra Wool in the DK weight by Barocco. Love this wool. That's the same thing the sweater's made out of, only in the worsted weight. Yes. The little baby sweater that she showed earlier. So there's that as a whip. This is super fast too. I started doing this. I think I sent you a message and I said it's addictive and I can't stop.
Right.
Yeah, it truly is. All right, so I came prepared and everything.
Okay.
Class, I know, right? All right, so I'll show that in a minute. Okay, you go ahead while I get my next available.
Yoki.
Put this back together.
This is my Cozy Memories blanket. I had a bunch of Advent thingies this year. So I got 24 new squares put into my blanket.
Wow.
Yes.
Dang, I brought mine now. I feel insufficient. Nah, just kidding. I don't really feel insufficient.
And then...
Not when it comes to that. Other things maybe, but not a Cozy Memory blanket.
And this
Do we need help? Do I need to hold?
And then some over here.
Wow, it's so pretty. Those are so...
Some of those. And it's getting big. I've got close to 200 squares now.
Oh my gosh, do you really?
Yes.
I think I got 12. I don't know, I got more than 12, but it's not many more.
It's one of those, I have to decide how big I want it to be.
Right.
I think I laid it out on the table at Knit Nook the other day, and we were measuring, and I think from what we decided, maybe one more row all the way around, and then another row at the top and bottom, and it would be big enough.
So you're kind of doing yours from the center out.
I am, yeah. So mine's not making any sense whatsoever. I know a lot of people are doing the whole width of it and then back and forth.
That's how I'm doing mine.
I decided to do mine from the center out, so
Always
the
a
lines,
rebel.
I know, I gotta be different, radiate out. So I just have to decide what size I want it to be. And I'm thinking like 5 by 7 is probably big enough.
Yeah.
Because I don't need it for a bed covering, because if I put it on a bed, the cats are going to lay on it. So I was just thinking a nice cover up. Not that I mind the cats laying on it, it's just when they get all, you know.
But you could also line the back of it with flannel.
Yeah.
That would really make it cozy.
So
pretty. And if none of you, if anybody out there watching doesn't have one of these on the needles, because I know a lot of people do.
Right. And this is Kemper Ray's pattern.
I left mine at home.
The Coziest Memory. It's a free pattern on Ravelry.
I left mine at home.
And it's done on
fudge
2.75 millimeter needles, and I have my special stiletto signatures that I use for it. These are the 7-inch straights.
And that's your little marker for your
And that's my little marker for my center stitch, and my little springy thing that holds them together when they're not on the blanket.
Yep, I walked right out of the house and left mine. Look, I have it written down.
I may have to treat myself to some double points at one point. Because Kay got some, and she said that she sees what all the hype is about.
Oh,
double
really?
Points, yeah. I have to decide if I think I use double points enough.
Right.
So I do my socks magic loop most of the time.
The only time I ever use... I wish that I was more proficient at doing a sock with double points. I remember in the last 2 years I've talked about that's a goal for mine. I'm not even going to say it this year.
Right.
But I only use them for like decreasing on hats and that kind of thing, you know?
Right.
And that's usually a bigger, unless I did like that hat that matches that cow that I did. The cow that I did on for so long.
Oh, the sockhead cow.
Right. Unless I did the sockhead hat.
Yeah, by Kelly McClure.
Yeah. I almost wore that today. But you know why I didn't?
Oh, you should.
Well, I almost did, and then I thought, if I get hot and I have to take that thing off, then it's got to come over all this. And see, if that gets out of whack, I look like a mental patient. So, well, I probably already do, but it's really bad. And I thought, if I start having a hot flash, I'll have to come out of that thing.
Have to come over the top or pull it down.
I'll make it a skirt. That would be hilarious. Or, oh no, make it a bandeau.
Yeah, there you go.
Right across there.
There you go.
So yeah, I walked right out of the house without my coziest memory blanket.
Oh,
I know, because I did.
You did?
I did.
Really?
Yep. Wow. I had added 3, 4, 5 squares. 5? Yeah, because remember I posted the ones where I did our sweaters. I did our sweater ones on there. So anyway, it's all good. I'll bring it next time if I remember. All right, so next for me. Where should I start? Let's go ahead and knock this big one out of the way.
Oh, and I forgot to bring it over here, but I have a big bucket of minis now to put in mine because we did a mini swap at knit night, and it was so much fun. Everybody brought whatever they had, minis rolled up into like 10-gram.
Yeah, and then
balls.
you just tossed them on the table.
Well, we put them like in little little bowls. Like all of mine went in one bowl,
right?
And then we just made a little line and walked around. And everybody took one from every bowl, and then we circled back around and took another one because they were all different,
right?
And the bowls. And I ended up with like 30.
Wow.
Yeah. So fun.
That is fun. Okay.
Sorry we keep wiping our noses, but it's cold and there's a lot
and hot at the same time.
There's a lot of fiber flying around in here today.
Okay, so this is the blanket for my child that it did not get finished for Christmas, and it's fine. He doesn't care. This is in the Done by Monday Afghan collection, which I say is a lie. The lie book. Karen says they don't say which Monday, so there's 2 ways to look at that. It's pattern number 8. As you can see, I started it on 11/22 of 2017. Yeah, that's hilarious. So that's the Ooh, you're gonna have to flick it. You're gonna have to do something.
But you know what? If y'all want to pause this thing long enough to...
It's on 2000. I knitted it, cast it on in 2017 at Thanksgiving. And it's in this book. The Done by Monday, It's a Lie Afghan book. Okay, so, and each time I show it on the podcast, I leave my little stitch marker where it was before, and then I move it up.
Woo!
So, today's offering is...
Oh my gosh, you have gotten a lot done on it, though.
Okay.
When you first started showing it, it was only about to like right there, I think.
Well, remember I got a whole lot done at Thanksgiving when he was home.
Nice.
So that's where I was last podcast. So I've only gotten this little bit done. If I could get another kick like I did at Thanksgiving when he was home, I'd have this thing finished and knocked out.
You need some more movie marathons.
Well, it seems, like I said in the last podcast, it seems to be a trend that when I'm knitting him a blanket, I only really have mojo for it when he's around.
Right.
Maybe it's guilt. I don't know.
Or maybe you're just thinking about it because you're like, oh, look, there he is.
Right.
I was making him a blanket.
Yeah, I was. So I only have
Wait, it might be big enough for me.
I only have 2 balls each. I only have 2 balls each of the yarn left.
Is that good or bad?
Well, it's going to be, well, that's going to be it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not doing it anymore. I'm just saying I'm come close to the end because I can't remember how many I had that I started with, but it was more than that.
Yeah.
So I'm holding 2 colors together. It's Knit Picks Mighty Stitch and the colorway Ivy. And then the other one, which is the variegated one, is the Chroma worsted in Lakefront, the Lakefront colorway. So yeah, I only have 2 balls of each one left.
Wow.
So whenever I run out, and see, I'm almost to the end.
Right.
So
how many yards are on each of those? 200?
Chroma has 198. Mighty Stitch, you should know this, has 208.
Oh, okay. Well, it's worsted weight. Most of them usually have right around 200 yards.
So yeah, it's getting there.
Nice.
I just need to get.
It's really pretty.
I'm going to open this bag and let you
slide it in.
I need to just get a motivated,
a
block of time that I'm motivated to just work on it, and just go ahead and get it done because I'm tired of getting to the point where I'm tired of seeing it. So.
Well, maybe you need to block out time, like Sundays or whatever, and say I'm going to knit on this for an hour, or.
I did knit on some of it yesterday.
Yeah.
But I guess part of it is that the rows are so long.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm in a mindset for that, no problem. You know what I mean? But if I'm not, then if I'm wanting to see or, you know, whatever, then
it's like the whole Scrappy Sunday thing. I like that too. And I enjoy doing it. But sometimes it's like I'm almost done with something else. Mm-hmm. So I want to get it finished.
Right. I understand.
Like I was hoping to get both heels in those purpley striped socks done yesterday, but
no go.
Don't remember why I didn't get it. Maybe I just got tired. I don't know. Or my hands started going.
You got more whips?
I got one.
Yeah, I hate I left my blanket at home, but oh well, it's all good.
And I have my. Oh. This is my corner to corner blanket, which is also done out of fingering weight yarn. And I use a... You'd think I would know this.
An
it
F
would be
hook.
in my
I'm
head.
going to guess.
It's an F. It's either F or E. Hang on. It's an E. 3.5 millimeter.
I was just guessing.
And these are... Oops. It's a little hair. These are becoming my favorite crochet hook. These boy ones. Because I like having that thumb thing right there.
I guess it also depends on everybody holds it different, just like everybody knits
Some people hold
so.
like a pencil, and I hold it like shoveling food into my mouth. That's okay. And this one's getting close to the end as well. I'm gonna have to find some new blanket patterns. Oops.
Leslie from Naughty Knitwits, she's doing one where I guess you just start with a granny square in the middle, and then you just keep growing it out and out and out and out till it's as big as you want.
Oh, that's cool.
But it would only be square.
Yeah,
it won't have any length to it. But if you were doing it for a baby, that would be fine.
Yeah. Okay.
You could put that in the box. Which way am I holding?
So, this is a corner to corner where you start and you're working this way. But I've gotten to the point across, it's about 53 inches, and I decided this was wide enough.
Stinking pretty.
So I've started, I did the corner.
So now
I've started going up the side, and I think this one, so 53 is like, what, 4.5 feet? And I think I'm going to go to about 6.5 feet. On this one.
Look how pretty this is.
And now I was trying to finish off this magic knot ball.
Yeah.
Because this is the leftovers from my advents.
Oh, so you made a magic knot ball?
Yeah, I put a square in my Cozy Memories blanket, and then I made a magic knot ball.
If you don't know what we're talking about, you can go on YouTube and Google or search for a magic knot ball, and it'll show you how. There's a video tutorial on there on how to make the magic knot ball.
If I can figure it out, I will post the link to the one that I use below. I'm not sure if I can figure that out, but if I can, I will. Cool. But I was hoping to finish that and get this in there and then be done.
So finish the ball you're working on, and then this whole ball, and then you'll be finished.
Right. I'll start decreasing at, because right now I'm decreasing at this end. That was my small ball. It was one of my balls.
You dropped your ball.
It was hot. It's right down there by your feet.
Hilarious. Every time I see that fella, I just laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. He says, I've been watching more of his videos on the UFC channel. He says crazy stuff in interviews like that all the time. Funny.
So here's the corner where I'm decreasing and going up this side. And when I decide that it's as long as it needs to be, I'll be doing the same thing up here. It'll stop right here, and then it'll start cornering, and it'll just get smaller and smaller. So,
I said I don't understand that, but I don't have to because I'm not doing it.
Well, I see how it's kind of like that grandma's dishcloth. You know, you start at the bit and you widen out. And then when
if we laid it out on the floor and I could see it, I could probably, that would make more sense to me if I could see it all like that. But
so I'm trying to calculate in my brain how much I'm going to need to do that, because once I start this, I want to get the whole thing in there. I don't want to start decreasing and then
have some left over.
Yeah, have some left over. So we'll see. Or my blanket might end up being like 10 feet long because I want to get all this in there.
Well, what if you get to where you want it to end and you take whatever that is and just make yourself a little pillow for it with it?
I could do that too. Or I could just start another blanket, use that.
And make
I have the bits and bobs blanket.
You're going to have to make that for the cat because she's going to want this one. So you can make her own. Yes. Let her wallow all over it and say that's yours.
Something about this blanket that they all love. As soon as I pull it out, they all want to be under it, on top of it. There must be some really sheepy stuff in here. I don't know.
Either that or somebody has cats and they've got some catnip tripped up in there somewhere. Do you give your cats catnip?
I do. It's fun.
It is fun. We give them still fostering my niece's cats, and every now and then I'll give it to them just to. Sometimes they don't pay it any mind.
You know what? You have to get, like anything else, you got to get the good shit.
Well, I don't know. She bought it. I don't know about all that. I
usually buy it at like Walmart or the grocery store or something.
It's like weed. It's like weed.
Yes, it's like weed. You got to get the good shit.
Kitty cat weed.
I went to PetSmart and got the Jackson Galaxy organic catnip. It was on sale.
Did they like it?
Oh my God. Even Sophie, who's not much of a nip lover, oh my God. I pull out that bag and
they all come running.
Lost her mind.
Maybe that's how I can get them to like me. I get the catnip and just sit in the middle of the floor with the catnip, rub it all over me, and just let them roll all over me.
Yeah. There you go.
They scatter like roaches when you turn a light on when people show up here. Especially when I do. They're gone. She gone.
We are very quiet people here. They don't like a lot of noise.
Well,
and when
I totally fuck all that up when I walk in the door.
Yes, you do.
That's funny.
It's so funny when the evil Cheeto hears like the neighbors come home. Here's one of her hairs. She'll running up the stairs going
with the people next door coming home.
Yeah, she doesn't like the loud trucks.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
But she makes it sound like a loud truck as she's running up the
stairs. Well, she growls and she's running up the stairs, so she's jiggling, and it's like...
That's funny.
It's funny.
Okay, let's put that away.
What else you got? Because that's all of my whips.
Girl. Okay, so I can't do my cozy memories because I left it at the house. I did the butterbeer already. I did Jason's blanket. Yep. Okay, so... Well, pick this one. This is... You want to find the title page because that's a paid-for pattern.
Okay. So we don't keep showing everybody how to make these patterns.
I'm such a loser today. Okay, so all right. So this is a pattern by Lisa Much called Slain. I've had it in my stash, my pattern stash for, gosh, I don't know how long. And I look at it all the time, and finally I decided to knit it. Now, let me preface this by saying, I love the knit. I don't know that I'm totally in love with my yarn choices.
Okay.
With one of my yarn choices. I love the yarn, I just don't know that I like it in here. However, I'm not ripping it out.
Right.
I'm going with it. I'm going to live with it, and I'm going to learn to love it because I'm not stopping. I love knitting the pattern. So, my yarn choices are two of these. The light, it's a Grello. It's dark. Let me start over. It's a dark gray, a light gray, and a mustard color. So the darkest gray color is Raven, Unplanned Peacock. So there's that tag. That's for the darkest one. And then the lightest color is called Ghostly, again by Unplanned Peacock. I wonder if they'll be at the Carolina Fiber Fest. This is where I got this, like the first year we went, the year that Z and I went and met you and Suzanne after y'all had been to the alpaca party next door.
Yes.
Funny story. And then the gold is one that I dyed. Now, a couple of things I learned. I'm going to have to put vinegar in the bath with this because this is coming off on my hands.
Oh no.
Yeah, it didn't. This was just a trial thing, and so I know the other two skeins of this I have. I'm going to have to fix that because I don't want it to get on me. I don't care that it gets on me. I don't want it to bleed.
Right. Exactly.
So anyway, I'll take care of that. But I've gotten, this again is an addictive knit to me. I got it cast on, and I have put a lot of time into this. I love it. Like I said, I'm not sure about my yarn choices, but I'm going to learn to live with it. I kept sending Karen a picture of the top part.
Does it look like a bumblebee?
Yeah.
Like, no.
And now that the lighter gray's in there, I feel better about it. I'm just not 100%.
It's going to be very dramatic. I like it. It's
so
caught on something.
When I look at it, I see this as like football team colors or something. I don't know why. I just do. But it's my idiosyncrasy.
I can see.
But yeah, this has short rows in it. I love. It's just a lot of fun to knit. I just started over here.
I like that one.
Yeah, and see how that line goes right there, and then I started back with the mustard color. I chose to put the mustard to start with it because if I didn't like it, then it'll be hidden more than if I had done it at the hem of it, at the bottom of it. Right. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'll keep doing it. I love the knit. I love the knit.
And what size needles are these? 6s?
I think so. Nope, 8s.
8s. Okay.
This is
so it's gonna be
fingering
really
weight,
drapey
fingering weight yarn. Yep. Yeah, it will be. And that's my Knitty by Nature Deathly Hallows stitch holder. Or
it would look good with my sweater that I have on.
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying? I mean, I know you saw it in the picture and you kept saying no, it doesn't.
But I think once you get it finished, I mean,
yeah, this part
looks
this is the top, so that's what's going to be up around here.
Right.
So if I don't, I can hide it. You know,
you can roll it up.
See, I didn't want it down here.
Right.
Which is what all of that would have been.
I don't know. I think it's going to be pretty.
So anyway, I know I said I wasn't going to knit any shawls, but this one, for whatever reason, really captured my attention. I've been looking at it for a long time. So anyway, so there's that. And that is in my Busy Birds, is that right? Busy Bird maker bag, which I absolutely love. Love, love, love that bag. All right, so there's that one. Or is it me or are you done?
I'm done.
Okay, all right.
I mean, like I said, I have more just beginning.
Another
stuff,
one is, I'm going to have to take it out of this because that was as a,
yeah.
that word, booty call. All right, so you saw this last time. And I actually, because I have a project bag to keep it in now, have all my shit in one sack.
What?
Yeah, I know. Don't fall out. Okay, so this is Stephen West Speckled Fade. And I'm knitting this with Haute Knit yarn. Mama's got a new dress. And this is, all of these are in the Jimmy sock. Mama's got a new dress. Double Trouble. And the third color that I'll be adding at some point, I believe, I want to wait to see till I get there, but I think it'll be fine, is Blue Devil Cocktail. Now, you are not at all seeing the real color of this by any means whatsoever. You're close, but that looks way blue, and it's not blue.
Yeah, it's more green.
Yeah, it's like a mint. Anyway. So what you do with this is you fade. All right, so remember I did Mama's Got a New Dress, which was which is what I started with.
Right.
Down. All right, so this is the right side, which is what I started with down here. And then I got up to, I'll let you hold that so you don't get stabbed in the eye, to right here where I started fading in the purple.
It fades really nicely, those two colors.
Yep. And now I just dropped. Now see, you can see there where I dropped the blue. So now I'm totally onto the purple one. And that's my random fandom bags, lemon tea.
Tea bag.
Yeah, tea bag. So stinking cute.
I like the detail down the edge.
Yeah, I do
this.
too. I'm hoping that this scarf is going to be for me like Treya Multi is. I wear this all the time because it's narrow. I can wrap it.
Right.
You know, all that. And so I'm hoping that this is another one for me. Isn't that?
I like it.
Yep. And it does fade nicely. I'm kind of a little worried about how that mint green's going to fade in with that, but it'll be what it'll be.
Well, all you got to do is try it and see, and if you don't like it, you take it back out.
Well, I'm thinking for me personally, I'm going to like it much better once I get some green in it. You know what I mean? Because when I look at this, unless I really study it, I don't see much difference unless I pull it out like now.
Right.
And I see, okay, there's that. You know what I mean? So, but I love it. And I would knit, I'll say now because I'm not done with it. Possibly in the future, I would knit another one. And I might use more, because those really, truthfully, are not my colors.
Purple, but they look,
well, that's why I'm thinking I might love it more when I get the green in it. Well, I mean, yeah, but I usually go towards, you know.
Yeah, greens.
And browns, earth tones kind of thing. So, but there's another one of his that I really want to knit too. Oh, don't let my little yellow tape thing come off.
I know, I was actually going to do that sweater, the soul bean sweater, in a different color.
Right.
But Tanya already had that yarn, so it was like...
Right. You're good.
She's like, here, just take this. And I was like, what?
Okay. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. It's like,
all right.
Alrighty then. Thank you very much.
My last whip that I brought today, you're going to be so proud of me. Is my... This is in my Make It at DTK, which is Downtown Knits in Apex.
Somewhere around there, I
Apex?
think so.
I think that's where they are. If not, y'all can Google. They have great things there. This is my hop.
Oh, yes.
My Andrea Mowry Birds of a Feather shawl. And I'm doing this with yarn that I dyed myself just for this shawl. And so you do a section of mohair and a section of fingering weight, regular fingering weight. So
that is so pretty.
I just finished the first lace section.
The giant thong.
Okay, tell them what you really call it. What she really calls it is my fuzzy uterus. That's what she really calls it.
Yeah.
We call it no thong when you call it something else. So I just did the first, I'm just through the first lace section.
Really pretty.
Yeah, this is going to be so stinking pretty when it's done. I love it. I didn't think I was going to like doing the mohair just by the mohair by itself, but I really do. It's not as bad as you think it's going to be. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So,
I think if you use a big enough needle with mohair and then don't make any mistakes where you have to take it out.
Yeah. I love this pattern. At this point, one of my, what's the word, is, I don't want to give too much away, but if you go to knit this, it concerns where this stitch marker is. And thank God I know a decent knitter who helped me when I was looking. I kept going, I don't understand it. And then once
I tried to explain.
Well, you did explain. Here's the thing. This friendly reminder part should be over here at the very beginning. And it's not. It's in section 4. So if this was over there, you know what I mean? Then it would have made more sense to me. So friendly reminder really should have been in the instructions to me.
Well, I mean, you can always send her a little note. And
now I know. Who the heck am I to tell Andrea Mowry how to write a pattern? Are you kidding me? No thanks.
Well, I think designers would like to hear people's, you know.
So here's my mohair. And there's my fingering weight.
Pretty, pretty.
And I dyed this for this and called it, the color name is Birds of a Feather.
Yes.
If you don't know what I'm talking about dyeing, Sheep Dip Dye Works. I don't sell it on Etsy. Don't know that I ever will, but you can purchase it from the Knit Nook in Morehead City, North Carolina. Lisa will be happy to sell you anything you want.
That's right. And send it to you.
Karen works there. If you don't want to call the Knit Nook, hit her up on a DM and somehow y'all can work it out. Okay, so there's that one. And guess what, Karen?
What?
That's all of my whips.
Okay.
I am whipped out. Okay. So, I actually got more at home, but I just didn't bring them.
Right.
I think I have 4 sock whips, maybe.
I'm trying to, cut down on that. Just have one for me and one for Tony.
I gotta.
Although I do have a DK weight sock hanging up there that I have to finish.
Yeah, I just get ADD so bad sometimes. I mean, I get cast on itis and I sit and I stare at a yarn and I want to see what it's going to look like, knit, and I can't take it anymore.
I understand.
And, you know.
I understand.
So, and then people like Kay have to release new patterns, crazy sock lady. And then I got to go on and fall down the rabbit hole of patterns on the Ravelry. You know how it is.
I know how it is.
I'm preaching to the choir.
You
and
are.
You know what? It's fine. I don't care.
There are worse bad habits to have.
You got that right.
That's right.
You got that right. Okay, so we're all finished with whips and faux, and are you getting ready to go to booty call?
And whenever you're ready.
Okay, well, I have to go to the facilitize.
You have another booty call?
Yeah.
I think the RO came home. Hopefully she closed the door.
The RO is home.
Yeah, I was mentioning that to our lovely viewers.
Well,
Well, I told him when he came home not to open the garage door because we're right above the garage.
And we'd be going,
and it would have gone, yeah.
No, it wouldn't have. It wouldn't have been that bad.
No, it's really loud.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So now we're going to do booty call.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm going to start out with this because this was a gift from my friend Caroline. And when she gave it to me, I almost got a bit verklempt.
I'm sure.
It's so pretty. She made me this.
Look, with the kitties on there
Look
and
at
everything.
It says the Havelock Zoo, which is my Instagram and Ravelry name. And there's all my 3 little bitches on there, and she even did the colors of each of them.
So cute.
And it's a nice big tote bag.
That is a
It's
great
got stuff
Ooh, I
in
love
here,
the inside
but the
fabric.
inside,
It's pockets.
this, and it's got, you can see,
Oh,
it's got pockets. Oh,
that's gorgeous.
It's got crap in there too.
Here, how
hold
about
it.
we take a...
There.
There's
Pockets.
pockets.
Pockets inside
Now, I
there.
love that.
And it
Gorgeous.
just pulls
Yay.
close.
There you go.
Pretty.
It's beautiful. It's a nice
Yes.
size too.
Yes.
Okay. Well, since you did
Mhm.
that from Caroline, I'll show you what my Christmas... This is all from what I'm going to show today. Most of it is from our knit group, our
Mhm.
Monday knit group,
Right.
where Karen is the decent knitting teacher. She hand dyed these beautiful indigo.
I think it's called shibori.
Yeah. Isn't that cool? So there's this one, and there's this one. Oh my gosh, they're so
Yes.
pretty. I don't want to use them.
I know, because I got some of those.
What are we supposed to use them for? Because I don't want to
Two.
try. You know what I mean? I don't want to.
Well, she said that they're, kitchen towels, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Mm-mm.
use that in
No.
the kitchen.
No. I'll find something to do with it.
I thought
Cool.
this one looks like boobs.
I thought the same thing. I thought the same thing.
Does that not look? Come on, people. It looks like boobs.
Yes, it does. And you know what? Mine only has 3 boobs.
Oh,
Um,
at least mine are in pairs.
I'm asymmetrical. You know that. I don't do well with symmetry anyway. So maybe she knew that. Knows that.
Maybe.
And the right person got the right.
They are beautiful, though.
They are
and
beautiful. Oh, these would be
That's
pretty
amazing.
to hang up.
They'd make cute little curtains.
Because I have yellow walls.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that'd be really pretty.
It would.
So thank you, Caroline. I sent
Yes.
everybody a group message because I got mine a week before everybody else did, so I wasn't allowed to share what we got
Right.
because I didn't want to spoil it for everybody else. So I sent just a blanket message. Thanks, everybody. But Caroline, I really love these. I know you watch the podcast. These are great. Thank you so much. And you do a great job dyeing.
Yes, she does.
Okay. Next
And
up.
then this is going to Virginia, to my mama, too.
Oh, my God. I love it.
Is that not the funniest thing?
I love her artwork.
It's by Michelle Johnson Fairchild, a local artist down in Morehead City. She's the one who did our llama prints.
Yeah, that was
and-
several podcasts ago,
Yeah,
right?
And so I was in there just looking around, and I saw this cow one, and it was like, okay,
She does some beautiful things.
that's got to go.
Uh-huh.
To
My,
the mama.
when Jason was home,
Mhm.
I guess it was it Thanksgiving or the time before? I want to think it was, he came home like 2 months before Thanksgiving for whatever reason, and we went down there.
Mhm.
And he bought his coworker
Mhm.
several of her prints in
Mhm.
what is it? Mermaids or
Yeah.
something that she liked that
Yeah.
that she had done pictures of. He
Mhm.
bought her several of those.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Okay, so
She's very talented.
next in my booty call, I've been wanting to try this yarn. You know how there's just some things that you really like but you just won't ever buy it for yourself?
Right.
Why, you don't know, you can't explain why. Same goes with this yarn. I guess because I couldn't go and look at it and touch it and feel it, and I'd never used it before.
Right.
So I just would never order it. Or I'd like, it's the only thing I want. I'm not going to order just one thing
Right.
off of a
Right,
website.
right,
But
right,
anyway, Suzanne, our friend Suzanne, gave me this ball of Heritage Prints, which I've been wanting to try, sock yarn. And I love the colors. So pretty.
Yeah.
Teals, blues. Yeah,
It
it's
is.
so pretty.
I got from Suzanne.
Oh,
This is
that's
what I
pretty
got.
too.
Diamond Luxury Tiptoe.
That's pretty too.
It's purples and browns.
Yep. I can't wait to knit. I've had to keep myself reined in not to cast on a pair of socks until I get at least one pair of socks off the needles, and then I'm going to cast this on.
This is it from Italy. And it says it's superwash wool, but it's got such a nice little halo. It makes me wonder.
Yeah. Well, probably because it's a single.
Yeah.
It's not
Spun,
stranded.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a single strand.
Yeah.
That's probably why you're getting that halo on there.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Feels nice and soft though.
And then from Kathy, I about fell out when I saw this.
These I have made some of those.
She has. And
These
if you
suckers
see,
are not easy.
if you see on the podcast where she shows that she made it and I'm drooling over it and really almost begging her to make me one.
Right.
And when I opened this up,
I don't like you that much.
when I opened this up, I was like, oh my God, how did she know? It's that little bag. And it's monogrammed with my name on it. It's that bag that Karen has made. Oh. And when you unzip it, it's got all these little pockets and zipper pockets. There's little zipper pulls on each one of them. It is absolutely, I can't wait to all of my Christmas has stayed in the bag because I wanted to show it.
Right.
So now I can actually use it. And the cool thing is when you open it, it sits.
It sits.
It's just,
you can use them for
everything.
makeup.
Yeah.
You can use them for tools. You can use it for a knitting
writing
project,
utensils, all kinds of
utensils.
I was just so thankful. Thank you, Kathy.
Here's mine.
Oh, look, it's so cute.
Egg kitties. It's got kitties and it says unimpressed.
Well, that'd be your cats. Handles on both ends. Oh, this thing is just, whoever designed this thing did a bang up job.
And mine is pink and gray.
I love the attention to detail.
Inside.
Yeah, see, it has a gray zipper
Let
here.
me tell you what, putting these pockets in, doing this part right here.
Yeah, sucks.
Oh my gosh. It is the biggest
Pain
in the ass.
I love it.
And she did it and did it so beautifully.
Yes, she did.
She's
a great
mine.
seamstress, sewist,
Yes.
whatever word people are using now to call it.
Sewist, I believe, because you don't want to say sewer, because when you print it out, it looks like you're saying sewer.
I know, but seamstress doesn't say that.
No.
What's wrong with seamstress?
Well, seamstress to me means more like clothing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, she's a wonderful sewist. So thank you very much, Kathy. Love it. Okay, so our friend Cindy, or in our group,
Oh, I did.
little card came in. It said the year of the socks.
Right.
And I got socks with giraffes on them, green and yellow.
Surprise! I got to get a
surprise.
Surprise!
Love, love, love. So thank you very much, Cindy, for the year of the socks.
That's right.
Oh, I just found this stuff down on the bottom. Like, ooh, did I miss something? But it's just crinkly, that shredded crinkled paper.
Right. That when you pull it out and it flies everywhere.
Okay. So my last thing that my last gift knitting from group I have to share is this one next door to me. She gave me, gotta make sure I get everything out of the bag. It was a plethora. Okay, so did I get everything?
Oh, good. I'm glad you brought that because mine's on my bag over there.
I haven't used anything. So I got a 2019 little notebook to take notes in, or a weekly planner. Okay, so there's that, which I can also use to keep knitting notes, or we're going to market the first of next month.
Oh yeah.
I might take it to keep track of how much we spend.
What you spend?
Yeah, that might.
How many bracelets you buy?
Yeah. And it's small enough that it won't be burdensome to tote around.
Heavy.
So that's that's what it might do with that. Then there's a little Notions pouch that you can flick onto something for Christmas. Got a little zipper. Looks like a Christmas ball.
Balls.
But it's a zipper little pouch. That's super cute. And then I got
Did you not read that before?
I did, but I'd forgotten it. It's a sticker from EmilyMartian.com. It says, "It's your lucky day. You either did something to brighten mine or you're just a special little weirdo." I'm going to bet the latter. Super cute.
If you want to follow her, she is on Instagram and
Facebook, and what's that?
I have no idea.
Okay, well, there it is.
Emily Martian. She does the cutest,
Artwork.
funniest. It's kind of irreverent, not irreverent, but oddball artwork.
Quirky.
Quirky. There you go.
Special little weirdos.
Special little weirdo artwork.
Then I have this enamel pen. Let me take it out of a little bag.
You can say it because Kay wouldn't say it out
Oh,
loud.
I'm going to say it. Oh my God, I just said dropped an F-bomb. You think I'm not going to say this? Kay wouldn't say it?
Well, she's nicer than we are.
She needs to come hang out with us more. Actually, this is my very first enamel pen. No, I take that back. Mm-hmm. I got one from NUTMEG, but that really doesn't count because that's big box.
Right.
I feel like this is more.
Yeah.
It says "Bitches get stitches." I love it. Can't wait to put it on my. How about that cat? That's what Karen's cats look like, y'all.
Yes. And it's knitting a fish. I don't know if you can tell.
Oh my God, it is a little red fish. It's got a red ball of yarn. See it? I can't remember where the camera is.
That's because put your hand over your face because it's going to focus on your face. There you go.
And I can't see where I'm putting it.
There you go.
Okay, got it. All right, so there's that. And then, if y'all remember a couple podcasts ago, last podcast it was, I was talking about a yarn that I had gotten. I'd gotten one skein of it. Then I went back and got another skein of it. And I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. She gave me another skein. So now I have 3 skeins.
She has enough to do something.
Yeah. I was looking on the webs or on the Ravelry trying to see. That's why I sent you a message and said, do you have any more? Because there were some people that done a sweater with like 4 or 5 skeins.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I was thinking, ooh, yeah, that would be cool. But absolutely, so pretty.
I know, I love the colors.
So stinking pretty. Oh. So anyway, I think that was all for my Christmas from the girls.
Okay, I also got this from Kathy. We used to have a Friday knit group where we met in a little cafe here in Havelock.
Sorry. Oh, I dropped my pen in the bag and I'm trying to find it. Shit on it. I'll get it when I get home.
She's like a hamster digging around the...
And I got a tape measure from her. Okay. All right. Sorry. I'm like,
anyhow, we used to go there every Friday, and we had hash brown casserole and bacon. They called it the Knitter's Special. And unfortunately, it got damaged during the hurricane, and I'm not sure if she didn't get enough money from the insurance or just...
Bottom line, she hadn't reopened.
So she's not going to reopen.
Right.
She's not going to reopen. So Kathy made us these bags for all the Friday ladies. It's got potatoes for the hash brown and bacon.
That's cute.
And inside it says, keep calm and eat bacon.
Where did she find those fabrics?
I don't know. And then the outside pocket is the cheese.
Oh my God! Let me see this. This is hilarious. That is hilarious. Great job. She did a good job. She's a great sewer person.
Yes.
That is so funny.
Yes. So
cute. So talented women that we know.
Cute little memorial to a place that is no more.
Dang it.
And then that's my socks. This was my last Cozy Knitter Yarn of the Month Club, the December one. It's called Merry and Bright. And it's got gold sparkly for the heels, toes, and cuffs.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
She does such beautiful.
She does.
Beautiful yarn.
So, and this is on her Bliss base, which is just, which is a 80/20. And 85 grams for the stripes and 15 for the heels, toes, and cuffs. Yep. So there's that. And then these Kay sent me. It's called Hole in My Pocket mini skein set.
Those are beautiful.
From Legacy Fiber Arts. And this is their 75/25 steel toe base. And there's 20 grams each. So I could get a pair of socks out of this for me, and I think I might do that. Do like a pair of
like
Franken socks. Yeah, I thought it might be fun. I'm not sure about weaving in the ends, but it might be fun. We'll see.
pretty, pretty.
Yes. And then from Lisa at the Knit Nook, I was coveting this trekking.
Wonder why.
I know, because look,
I don't know who in the world would think that those colors were you, but so pretty.
Yes. So I'm excited. These will probably be my next.
For you or for the RO?
No, these are mine.
Okay. Well, the goth kitty was going to be for you too.
I know, so we just swapped them out.
Oh. So he got
brown.
those, he doesn't get
I don't
these.
think I have any brown socks. All my socks have been like brighter, crazier colors.
Right.
So I could probably get a pair of socks for me out of this.
Ouch.
And then maybe mix the rest of it with something for him. Yeah. We'll see. Oh, and then these are from the RO. Oh, not this one. This one I bought for myself. This is just an empty case. But this is... And they have all the numbers on it.
For circular needles?
Yes. I don't have much in here right now, but the little pouches have Velcro on the end, and you just slide your needle in there and Velcro it. I like that it Velcros and it shuts, because when you open it, your needles
aren't all poking out.
They're not poking out, and they're
because
not
they're going through the side and not through the top.
Right, and they're not going to come out.
Right.
So, and I like that it's all marked, so you don't have to figure out. Lisa has those at.
Yeah, I've got to come up with something. That's remember that thing I sent you the picture of and asked you about.
Yeah, I really like. So, and then
what is that?
That just says Chow Goo on it.
So you can stuff whatever in there.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So the RO did a good job. He went on my Amazon
wish list.
And got these twist minis from Chow Goo. And they're 5 sets of 5-inch needles, lace tips, in size 000, 00, 0, 1, and 1.5. And then there's cords, 14-inch, 22-inch, and 30-inch cords. And it's really cute. Look how cute it is.
Let me know how you like these, because I've been looking at them. And again, it's one of those things that I just have to really think about.
Honestly, I had forgotten I had put any needles on my
wish list.
And so when I opened these, it was like, oh yay! There's a tiny little needle gauge. And then there's some cords.
See how those look.
And then the tiny little needles.
Oh my gosh, the screws are teeny tiny.
Yes.
I need to get into the cords.
I know, I have to see how these will work for me. Look how tiny that is. It's like, what the hell am I going to knit with that?
Is this a 0?
That's a 000.
Oh.
It's a 1.75 millimeter.
You could do a 72 stitch sock.
Yeah.
And then it would fit you.
Right.
Yeah, who wants to do that?
Who wants to do that? Maybe if there's some lace knitting.
I think...
Oh, 1.5 millimeter.
I think that's been my hold up with these.
Yeah.
Is because in my mind, I'm thinking I would probably only use these two.
Right.
The 1 and the 1.5, you know?
Try. Well, I would use the 2.0. I don't know about the 2 smallest ones. We'll have to see what kind of patterns are out there.
True.
For them. And then this cute little case. Oops. The lighting is terrible in here today. Because it's gray and rainy, of course. And there's the little heart
twister thingy.
Yeah. And then there's the little tightening keys and some stitch markers.
Yeah, let me know how you like this when you use them, because that's been one of the things in the back of my mind as far as the needle set. Because remember that day, was it the last time I was down at the Knit Nook and I was looking at a set of those, and I said to Lisa that you and I were thinking about sharing custody.
Yeah,
buying them and sharing custody.
Right. Well, Tony got me those for Christmas. This is the small set. This is just sizes 2 through 8. And you can buy the other sizes if you want to. And these are the 4-inch needles. And I wanted to see how they would work with my hands. I mean, sometimes you need a shorter needle.
Right.
So yeah, got the sizes 2 through 8. And then the other side, if you want to buy the
Other
tips.
ones.
Yeah. But with Chiaogu, the larger ones have different cables. So you can't use, like,
Those
these cables will not work with the larger size needles.
Right.
So, yeah, because it even says on here, 4-inch tip, small. I guess the
Gets bigger
little hole
to accommodate
thingy.
the needle.
Yeah. And it says in the, it's nice that these cables have the lifeline holes. The little holes.
One set
That'll
of my
pull your
Addies-
lifeline through your needle.
One set of my Addies has that in the cord.
Yeah.
And then my Knitter's Pride, like the ones I'm using for Jason's, it has that hole in the thing also for that lifeline.
Then it has a little notions thingy on the back here. Another needle gauge. And then the little end stoppers if you need to take your needle off your project. And the little key tighteners. And then the tiny little stitch markers.
Cool.
So yeah, I did good
Yeah.
with
you did real good.
those. He also bought me a meditation cushion. Nice.
Okay. Yeah. And all he got was a stinking pair of socks.
No, he
just
got
kidding.
more than that.
Just kidding.
And then,
Good
last but
Lord.
not least,
That's your big bucket.
I got from Sheep Dip Dye Works. I guess this is a
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, you can't see. I'll hold it back here. It's really bright. Lisa really liked this one.
Did she?
Yeah, she was
Ooh,
like,
did she really?
yeah, she was like, the orange and green looks like my logo.
Yeah, I didn't even think about
Yeah.
that.
I was like, too bad, you can't have it.
Oh, yeah, I guess it does. That does look just like her right through there. Huh.
It's pretty and it's sparkly, but this one, look at this. Susan did a whole girls collection for our Monday group. She dyed a skein for everybody in their favorite color. And of course mine was brown. Brown with the gold stellina, thank you. And, oh, it says right there, the gold stellina. And then the pretty pops of pink and blue and green and orange. And everybody's name, the colorway, is Karen. And it's the Girls Collection 2018 from Sheep Dip Dye Works. And it's got a little sheep butt stitch marker.
Oh, did you get a butt?
I did. I got a butt. Woo, shake that butt. So yeah.
I tried to be I tried to be thoughtful about who I gave butts to.
Right, yeah.
And those, by the way, that stitch marker is from A Needle Runs Through It.
Yes.
She has all kinds of cool ones.
Yes, there's some of us that would be more appreciative
Yeah.
of butts than others.
And some less than others.
Yeah.
You got some more of those in there, don't you?
Oh yeah, are they in here? Oh, one more thing in here. I got little kitties, and some of them are little kitty butts. There's the little kitty faces, but there's the little kitty butts.
I like her. They're super light.
Yes.
Have you used the ones we got before? Yeah, I love those.
Yeah, they are nice and light.
I've got
She
one
does
of
a
them on
good
something
job.
I'm knitting right now. What is it?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Anyhow.
I might have another skein of this. That I could
Yeah, I
give
was
you to
going to
give to-
ask you if
I
you
think I've got
did,
another one. Let me see. I'll send you a message and let
Yeah.
you know.
because I think she would like it.
That was just a total
Right.
experimental, just going to see what happens kind of thing.
It's
I'd love to
alright.
see it knit up. That's another one that I've been wanting, sitting there looking at, thinking, oh, I'd really love to see what that looked like knit up.
Good. Could you get on that, Karen?
Yeah. Do some other.
Could you? Oh, Thank you. I can probably throw those in the trash now.
Okay, so I've got two more.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Usually every year at Christmas, my mom would give my sister-in-law and I a gift certificate to a local clothing store here. In the last 2 years, I've opted to take part of mine to the studio boutique where I work, and the other part on Etsy.
Yeah.
So last year I bought, with part of that gift certificate, this bag, the Busy Birds Maker bag that I absolutely loved. This year, so far, I've not spent it all yet. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I got two self-striping yarns that are still to come. They haven't gotten here yet. But ever since I started watching podcasts, and way back when I first caught on to the Grocery Girls and a couple of other people, they always talked about this bag maker, and I would always go and look. And I don't know why I never did buy one, but anyway, I did this year. So I finally got me a bag from Bags by Awesome Granny.
Oh yeah.
This is the large. This is the jellyfish bag. It comes with a little handle. The inside is red polka dot, and there's her tag. And handle over here with the reverse fabric. And then on this end, there's this little tab that has this ring on it that says Dream, Hope, Trust, Love. Aww. Which I think is really cool. So I guess that's so you can hook on like the Notions pouch that you made and that kind of thing. You can hook that onto that. This is what I have my speckled fade living in right now. So love this. It's a great bag. Feels nice. It's just stiff enough. It's not too stiff.
Right.
I think
it's
that's
stiff
the
enough
large.
to sit up and still enough that you can turn it over.
Yes, if you wanted to. So go check her out on Etsy. And she and a friend of hers did have a podcast at one time called what was it called?
I don't know.
Well, if you
If we
search
figure it out,
Darlene,
I'll put it down.
yeah, Darlene at Bags by Awesome Granny, and one more row, one row 40. I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, something like that. And then the other one is what my Butterbeer is living in until I get it finished. This one is by, hold on a second.
Mud Mitten?
Yeah.
Or Mid Mitten?
Yeah, I was going to put that up there so they could see how to get Darlene. Alright. This one is Mid Mitten, a bag for every project and a project for every bag. There's her little card that came with that. I'm not sure what Mid Mitten means. So if anybody knows, for whatever reason, I think there's a place in a state where they live, and it's
Michigan.
Okay, because
it looks like
yes.
a mitten.
So it's Mid Mitten.
So it must be they're in the middle of the state.
I knew it.
Got it.
Thank you. So this is, I've been wanting one of these to try with the clear vinyl in the front so you can see what's in your bag. There's a little tag on there. Super cute. It's the llamas. Love the llamas. Yay. I love it. Like I said, I've been wanting to try one where you can see what's in it.
Right, yeah.
Because then you don't have to open it up and feel guilty. You just look at it and go, yep, not working on you today.
Right.
But I wanted a llama bag, so super cute. You should go and check her out on the Craftsy, or excuse me,
Etsy.
That thing.
Yeah.
And there's the back of that with all that information on there. So those two, and I've got two. I've got a ball of self-striping from Nomadic Yarns coming in the Bellatrix colorway.
Yeah.
Oh, can't wait for that. And then I've got one from, I think it's called Rock and String. That's a Christmas colorway coming. Yeah.
Cool.
And so far, that's all I have spent my gift certificate on. So,
yay.
Yay. Love it. All right. So,
well, we have one more gift. Well, we have our beer.
Oh, the gift of alcohol.
But we have new cups, courtesy of Lisa at Knit Nook.
Oh my God.
She said Susan always fusses that she doesn't have a big enough cup. So,
True that.
she gave us bigger cups.
Cool.
Cup.
Awesome. Yay. Thank you, Lisa. This is hilarious. Ah,
So, these are a little bit bigger
they are.
than the ones that we've had. I think
There's
I
some
washed
floof
them.
in
I
it.
hopefully did too.
There was a little piece of floof.
I think I washed them.
So this must be a stout.
This is a porter.
Okay. One
And
of the ones
since-
that's supposed to be not cold.
Well, not as cold.
Right.
Right. And it's an espresso porter in with a nod to the fact that it's probably before noon on a Monday. So we're gonna have a little coffee with our
Oh,
beer.
gotcha.
So
That's how we can justify.
yeah, so justify it. This is from the Palmetto Brewing Company in Charleston, South Carolina.
Yay,
so
that's
a little
close to
neighbor. A little neighbor. I was looking to see where this is 6% alcohol, so it's not anything that's going to knock us on our butts. It says enjoy with food and friends.
Okay. Well, I got the
Handcrafted.
friends part.
Handcrafted in the great state of North Carolina.
South Carolina.
South Carolina. See, we don't even know there's another Carolina.
You're trying to claim something
That's
that ain't
right.
yours.
So, and they don't really give any notes on it, so we're just going to try
Well,
it.
we'll make our own notes.
There you go.
I need to pop a picture of that can before I go home, so when I go to post a. Ooh, it's dark.
And fluffy.
It smells like coffee.
Does it smell like coffee?
No, it smells like coffee with beer in it.
Or beer with coffee in it.
Whatever. You ready?
Smells good.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. I taste coffee.
I think I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I do.
Hell's to the yeah. And look, we didn't even suck it all down in one
I know, right?
slurp.
Guess Lisa.
We got big cups now. We're
Lisa
big girls.
probably got tired of seeing us hit it like 19
I
times.
know.
Is that how much that one was, or for
No.
6?
No, no.
I thought you were going to say,
For 6.
dang, gone, damn,
6.
Karen.
6.
The Santa Claus drinker person came to see you if that was what that was.
No. And I got these at the Thirsty Brewin in downtown New Bern in the middle of Middle Street.
In the middle of Middle Street, Thirsty Brew. I'm trying to think where that's at. It don't matter.
Yeah.
If
It's, in the middle, it's across from Baker's Kitchen.
it don't matter if I want their beer, I'll just come to your house.
There you go. We went there for Stout Sunday
Oh, really?
last week.
How was that?
Yeah.
Did you take your knitting?
Mhm.
Were you sitting there knitting? Was that one of the posts?
Yeah.
Okay. I wondered where you were.
We saw it on Instagram.
I
Yeah,
did.
we were at the Brewin having a 12% alcohol.
Sha. That's a lot, yeah.
Yeah, and
It's double this.
we went for a nice walk afterwards.
I bet.
before
Did you walk
we had
all
it
around downtown?
We did.
All the way to the waterfront,
Right,
and back
all the way,
around,
that's
and
right.
back.
Exactly.
That's funny. You know, I can see how, for you new viewers, I was always a, what do you call it? Not a craft beer drinker. I was the domestic Anheuser-Busch big box,
Right.
big beer producer drinker people.
Right.
And those I like really, really cold. Like I could put them in the freezer and just be right to
right, because
slushy.
they have no flavor, so they have to be really cold.
And so whenever she would say something about, you know, needs to sit out for 20, I'm like, wow, that's going to be nasty because I don't like hot beer.
Right.
But this is totally different.
Mm-hmm.
I used to never drink any kind of craft beer, and now I don't drink a lot anymore. I used to drink fairly regularly, not so much in the last few years. But if I do, I don't want one of those other beers. I want like maybe a Fat Tire, but
Right, something with some flavor.
yeah, or like the Gosas. Ooh, I love those in the springtime.
Yeah.
I've just learned a whole lot in the last year and
Right.
a couple months that we've been doing this about craft beer. I would have never thought that you're supposed to let it sit out and get not room temperature, but not cold.
We call it cellar temperature, like 55, 60 degrees.
Like that butter, that peanut butter stout.
Yeah.
that
Well, especially with dark beers like this, the longer you let them sit out, the warmer they become, the more flavor you get from them.
yeah,
The more you can
see
taste.
that.
Because when it's so cold, you can't taste anything. All you taste is cold.
I can see that.
We always joke that those big box beers are just for people who like to pee a lot.
Only if you break the seal. That was always my problem.
Yeah.
I could toss back several of those,
Mm-hmm.
right? But the minute I broke the seal,
Yeah, you gotta-
after that,
Every 15
I'll
minutes for the rest
swear.
of the night.
yep. Oh my God, it was horrible.
Yes.
One more cup. That's funny. That's hilarious. Thank you, Lisa. Now,
Yeah.
now we've graduated up to
Big girl
Munchkin
cups.
size. Yeah, I've really learned a lot. I guess on some of them you've seen me make faces where they were nasty, and maybe I don't make the nasty faces much anymore because I'm getting more used to the stuff.
These are fancy cups. These
I
are
know, I
false
saw
craft.
that. Thank you.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm more used to the.
Right.
Even though, like I said, I don't hardly ever drink anymore, but if I'm gonna have one now, it's not gonna probably be that other stuff.
Yeah. My work here is complete.
Well, let's not say that. I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop sampling.
Well, at least I've got you converted to the dark side.
Yeah, I think. I mean, now if I were gonna be out, which I just can't see this happening anymore. But if I were gonna be outside doing something, day drinking, so to speak, all day drinking, I'd probably drink the weaker stuff.
Well,
Otherwise, I'd be passed out in a bush. But
that's when you drink one of the session IPAs.
I was getting ready to say.
Yes.
Then you come up with the ones that
is a day drinker.
And session means like you're going to be doing it from, I don't know.
Sun up to sundown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
My favorite is Founder's All Day IPA, and that's what it is. A beer you can drink all day.
Okay. Well, we're a little over 2 hours into this.
Are we really?
Yeah.
Holy guacamole.
Well, we haven't been here in over a month.
Yeah, that is true.
We had a lot to share, booty call wise, which we really don't ever have a whole lot of booty call.
And there'll be some editing.
I had a lot of whips. So, yeah, I'm just thinking there for your time frame. We were already up there 2 hours. So,
yeah.
Anyway, so, last podcast was titled #Don't Be a Dick. I think that from now on, I'm going to, every time we podcast, that's going to be one of my hashtags when I post to watch us.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick, because that's a pretty good all-around way to be.
Right.
Not to be a dick. Be nice to everybody. Love everybody. Be kind.
Right.
And if you're not going to be kind, at least be funny about it.
And if you're not going to be kind, be quiet.
Or be funny about it.
Or be funny about it. That's our family motto here.
What?
Funny is better than nice.
I know. And so every now and then when I say something that I think is funny and I see that look in your eye, I'm thinking, ooh, I don't think she thought that was funny. But it was better than nice.
Okay. Well, thank you all for joining us. We appreciate you taking somewhere around 2 hours out of your day to spend with us.
If you like what you see, hit like and subscribe. That not only helps us, but it also helps the community as a whole. For people go looking for a knitting podcast, and they'll pop up.
Right. And if you're looking for a podcast that is, as the lady said on Facebook the other day, ladies that are mature but not necessarily well behaved.
This is us.
That's us.
That's
Thank
us.
you, and
see you later.
Bye.